In Spanish, Fiesta means celebration. So to give such a name to a car, it must at least be a lot of fun. So let's find out. For 2014, the Fiesta comes extensively refreshed, ready to challenge the class leaders for the title. The latest Ford family grille has been applied to the pretty face, and a redesigned dashboard brings fresh ideas to the table. The suspension layout remains intact, with the McPherson struts in the front and the semi-independent torsion beam in the rear. Under the hood, the same 1.6-liter TI VCT 4-cylinder engine provides power to the front wheels via a double-clutch power-shift 6-speed automatic gearbox. Prices for the hatch start at $18,266 and go all the way up to $24,461 for the titanium like our tester. Equipment levels scale up reasonably, so pricing your needs is a rather straightforward task. The Fiesta has always been a cute car, and with the latest alterations it looks even better, especially in funky colors like ours that was called "It Has to Be Green." The interior design is a continuation of the exterior aggressive styling. Sharp angles and modern ideas are combined to create this very busy design. The instrument cluster is well laid out, and ergonomically it is simpler than what it looks like. Soft-to-the-touch material has been used on the upper part of the dash, giving it a little bit of an upscale feel. Passengers in the front will enjoy plenty of room, while for the class, the rear could be considered quite spacious too. 5 adults could fit with a bit of a squeeze, and considering the target age group, I don't think they're really gonna mind. The trunk is spacious enough to fit the gear for a weekend excursion as well. The 1.6-liter engine is strong enough to stop me from calling it a Siesta instead. But even though it pulls well from idle, it gets a bit rough towards the red line. The 120 horsepower and 112 pound-feet of torque help reach 100 kilometers an hour in 10.2 seconds, which is slower than expected, and probably the gearbox is to blame. For better performance, it should have been shorter, but fuel economy was clearly the goal. On our watch, we averaged 8.6 liters per 100 kilometers, which is on par with class average. Despite the firm suspension, the Fiesta is a pretty comfortable car to travel in. On back streets, it goes over bumps and potholes with a stiff but effective form. On the highway, it keeps its momentum well, and there's no need for constant steering corrections. Being a modern Ford, handling could have been anything but fun. It corners with agility and poise. The tail will open its course if needed, and the playful character is evident every time you steer. Progressive understeer can be transformed to lift-off oversteer, and the game is on. The steering is pretty sharp too, so keeping everything under control is rather easy. On a very windy day like today, on the highway you do hear a little bit of aerodynamic noises, but that's nothing the stereo can't fix. Visibility is great, and the wide-angled bits on the mirrors are very helpful. The brakes feel particularly strong and prove to be really good too, as from 100 kilometers an hour, it came to a complete stop in just 42 meters. The Fiesta is a very easy-to-drive city car that respects both style and the joy to be driven. It will probably be owned mostly by young people, but here's a little tip. It can also make you feel a bit younger, and that's what's cool about it. Fun and funky, the Fiesta is definitely a super mini to consider.